this morning, you could see that it's very difficult for people to even go and sit on TV, on radio to do anything. So as I was moving here, I was just thinking, would anybody even be courageous enough to discuss anything politics or whatever on a day like this? And before I continue, we have to understand that these people too have families. Especially, you realize that virtually all of them are men, meaning that they have spouses who are women. The Bible describes the women as the weaker vessels. And when things happen like this, in our local parlance, we will say that the man doesn't have to cry. We expect the women to be to feel the pain more and cry. So when it happens like this, and the women are the receiving end, the first group of people who you will want to think deep about are the wives, especially. Some of them, their mothers are still alive, their parents are still alive, so the pain will be deep. But the biggest blow most often will hit the wives of these people. These are dedicated public servants. I think Murtala's statement is trending everywhere. And you have very few people, very few people who have that level of commitment that he will say, I'm going into public office. And in public office, I am committing to ensuring that my people are best served. And beyond serving them to the best of my ability, they must get whatever is due them. And I am not going to divert any resources meant for my people, and I don't intend to have any undue benefit from that was meant for my people, for my personal self. And that statement, I think people associated with it so much so that virtually every radio station, TV station that you tune into plays that video, and you keep hearing it daily every time you try to listen to radio. So for him, he left a mark in that direction. I remember the last time we had any engagement with Dr. Omane Boamah. As for me, I have a relationship with him from the past. You know, he was a student leader. When we were student leaders, every time we were causing trouble, he visited us. He was one of the people. In fact, so it was a friend of one of my old friends from school who called me yesterday. And he is in Canada now. He's been in Canada for so many years now. And he called me to ask that this is what he's hearing. He's seeing some things on social media, and is it true? I said, yes. I also just heard the news. And so he started recounting some encounters we had with Dr. Omane Boamah back in the days. And you could see that friendship, that openness, that frank personality, and all that we knew about from the student leadership days up until he entered politics and all that. And you realize that it's not something that is cool for anybody, because these are people you have encountered directly. And I keep saying that we are not family members. We just might have known them in politics, in some levels of engagement. And overnight, you hear this news. So if me, sitting somewhere, the whole of yesterday I was in a meeting. Immediately I came from the meeting, I entered the car to drive off. Then I started hearing the news later in the afternoon. And even me, the person who might not have that affinity, that closeness with any of them, if you hear the news and it hits me like that, then Moro, you can imagine what will happen to people who depend on people like these, those people who their lives are tied together, wives, children, brothers, sisters. In the case of those whose parents are alive, mothers, fathers, and all that. And yesterday I was following on YouTube when the chief of staff and his entourage went to Dr. Omane Boamah's mother's place. I watched when the vice president was also on the way to the wife's place, and when he got there, Chief, I want to be sincere with you. I couldn't continue watching.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't. There was no way you could continue watching. So I got home, and in the evening, people were talking about this, the way they were transported from the forest. And Chief, to be sincere with you, for the first time, I'm telling you, I nearly wept. In fact, tears filled my eyes. And I believe that that's where I have a problem. These are statesmen. These are senior cabinet members, for that matter. The defense minister holds everything for this country. And the environment minister. These are people who are working for the country. That doesn't mean, you see, the whole commentary is centered around the political class. And we sometimes tend to forget that there were our men in uniform who were making sure that this meeting, this program that they were attending was okay. But the two high-ranking political officials plus the other politically related people, to be sincere with you, the conversation is around these two because we see them as the highest. And in Ghana, do you know there is a law that, as we are in the studio now, let's say I'm here with an MP or a minister of state and there should be a problem. Let's say the building should be on fire. The process is that they will whisk away the minister of state or the cabinet minister. It will be in that order before it gets to Moro and I, who are the normal, ordinary, let me put it this way, the ordinary Ghanaian, you will be taken care of. So I expected that if we had this unfortunate situation happen, no matter what it is, this picture I just saw on the screen shouldn't have been the situation at all. And my appeal, when I was coming, I heard you saying that we should stop sharing that part. Me, what breaks my heart the most is the sack thing. To be sincere with you, anytime I see it, I break down completely. It's the most. I don't know. It's the most painful part for me. Yes, people pass. It's normal with a human being. We will all die at a point in time anyway. Whether you like it or not, there will come to a time when even if you are still living, you yourself will wish for death. Let's say you hit the 100, you are sick. So whether we like it or not, we will all go. But as Africans, we put a lot of premium on our dead. We seem to protect their image after they are dead. We protect their memory and all that. And I didn't believe that the memory I would have wanted to see about our departed brothers who had passed is what we saw. That sack thing, Moro, I'm begging the military, let's take it off completely. Nobody it feels good seeing the sack thing. I just feel so terrible anytime I behold that sack idea. And I don't know how it happened. We don't know the circumstances under which those decisions to use the sack to convey the remains. I don't know what informed that decision or what occasioned that action, but we shouldn't have allowed it. It shouldn't have happened.
I think that whatever right. It is, I mean, we could have waited.
Exactly.
So you cordon the place.
Exactly. And it has to do with the military.
And then, and the
they
military,
are not afraid of the bush. They are not afraid of the jungle.
You cordon the place off and then bring a proper, body bag.
Right thing.
And then pick them up and to put them in a sack.
Especially sack. When this has to do with the military, which we know that the military is the most disciplined institution the world over. where things are done the right way, properly. I was too broken when this, and whoever made the decision, if whether the villagers, the people within the community are the people who made that decision, or some officials who were present there. Sometimes when you are broken, you can give them the benefit of the doubt that sometimes when you are broken and there is any strong news like that hitting you, if you don't take care, you can't think right. And that's on that score, people could be forgiven. But once it had to do with the military, and we know what the military is capable of, and the kind of things the military could have done, I think, please, that's one. And I'm telling you,
I think it was an act of indiscretion.
Okay, whenever I see that, because plane crash, yes, somebody passing, yes, but the way the kind of memory we created with that action, that one I beg to differ. And if we could do anything within our power to take that part of the whole bad situation out of our thinking, then it should be so. Because I told you I was listening to radio in the afternoon. When one reporter mentioned that they were taking cocoa sacks to the forest. In fact, I heard the host ask cocoa sacks.
Yeah, because he was shocked.
He was shocked that he heard the reporter saying that the guys are going to the forest with cocoa sacks. And for me, even if we bought these, if we didn't have body bags readily available and we want to act immediately, and the military couldn't have got around the place, just make sure that people don't interfere. And when ordinary people, when even accidents happen, police people often will go and make sure that the area is secure.
So that's part of the wreckage. Oh, so it cut into the trees.
I think it hit a tree.
Oh, look at that.
I think so.
Okay. Because you see some blood stains, eh?
You see, it flew. It's possible it flew into a tree.
Okay.
And automatically, like I was telling you, when a helicopter flies into a tree and the propellers are caught in the branches, the cabin will spin.
Right.
And if the cabin spins, I think the pilot will have very little time to react.
Yes.
And before he could say, Jack, maybe this tragedy would have happened. It's not time to look for, where we are sitting now, this is not the time to say, this caused it, or this should have happened. This shouldn't have. Yesterday, I read so many things online and I heard so many commentaries. For me, this is not the time. For me, this is a serious heartbreak. See, this is a serious issue, especially where family, spouses, children are involved. This is not a time to want to talk about any other thing apart from the big tragedy that has happened. And these are people we have personal relationships with. Remember, I was on this show with Murtala before. I've known Murtala when they first, in 2009, came to the ministry. You see, these are people we know. And like I was telling you, can you imagine the minister and his motorcade driving into the airbase to go and board his aircraft? His people bid him farewell. Oh, I'm going to Kumasi. I will come back. And the stories we are hearing, some people said, oh, we called in the morning. I heard one radio station say they called Honorable Omane Boamah, that he was to be on the show. I said, oh, I have an emergency, something to attend to in Kumasi, in Ashanti region. So when I come back, call me tomorrow morning. That would have been this morning, so that I will schedule and appear on your show in the afternoon. And all these things, then the next news is that. You can imagine. That's why I said, as for me, the no. If the state can do anything to take this sack matter off the conversation, to be fine. You went into a plane in your V8 and your dispatch rider, and the next time I see you on TV is this. I don't want it. I don't want to even contemplate it at all.
To think that you left your home in a car and returned
is bad. You can come back in a body bag. Everybody, it can happen to anybody. So to that extent, we are fine. As for me, death is inevitable, Moro.
Okay.
If you like, whether it's only that it could be postponed till you are 100 years, or it could happen tomorrow or next.
But it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen.
It's bound to happen, and we can't do anything about it.
All right.
Yeah.